Alright guys, what's up? User here. Hopefully coming through loud and clear. We're in week 6. We're past the halfway point. We are jockeying for position here. A bunch of pretty solid games actually, and I kind of want to do a few of them, I guess. I don't know. We're going to simulate the Gold Tigers killer since we already did that game this season. Number 2. Oh, the killers are back on top. Hawking, I guess the river. I don't know. It's just confusing me a bit. The Jobcats Blizzard here. You know what? I'll start with the Mammoths Doomlords because this should be a good game. So we're going to spectate this one. Look at that. I mean, they have an 84 defense. It's a little bit late for me usually streaming. I just kind of wanted to chug through a couple of these games. We'll take a peek real quick at both teams. The Mammoth specifically because I haven't covered them super duper in depth yet, so and there must be just crazy injuries. Never mind, I guess I don't know. They guess they don't have their quarterback created. They are okay, maybe they're actually decimated on offense. I created these guys with a pretty solid team and they don't have any of those players. They're stout defensive tackle wise though. My goodness. D end, really good. D end, really good. Middle linebacker is below average. OLB, let's take a look at the corners real quick. So we got 2 good corners here. Snyder and Lopez, which for some reason they're listed as senior and sophomores in the franchise mode. Never noticed that before. That's kind of interesting. So we'll see what happens here with this game. I'm not quite sure what the Mammoths are going to be doing, but based off that offense, they're kind of shit. I'm just enjoying my undisclosed soda here, so. Little pitch spam to start the game for no yards. That was an interesting animation. I don't know if I've seen that one before. There's a couple of these that just pop up every now and then, and I'm just not sure why they're hidden so deep in the code. And then it also makes me wonder how many of these. Oh, he got chased down from behind by a defensive tackle. Third and 9. Remember, the Doomlords have a elite receiver on the edge. They just refuse to give him the ball. And an overthrow by the Doomlord quarterback there. That was a rare overthrow for this game. Been hopping between this game's franchise mode and College Football 26, playing Online Dynasty. I'm trying to turn Michigan State into a perennial powerhouse, which has not been easy to do. The recruiting in that game, I just feel like when you play an EA product at this point, you have to know like the glitch recruiting system or the glitch offense or defense to actually play the game at a functional level. You can't just play it like normal football, which this game doesn't really have a foothold on that either. You have to learn how to stop pitch spam and MPL, which you just can't. And you have to get cheesy cards online, and the AI obviously has some problems that you can just immediately take advantage of and abuse. So it's tough to play the game straight up. The set specifically is really easy to manipulate because if you run a fade or an outbreaking receiver route, the AI just glitches up. What in the actual fuck was that for? Incomplete pass by second. So they actually send a blitz over here. So that guy blitzes. So you can see 46 is slow to react because of that out move, but this was like an in-breaking route. What even... I mean, that's actually kind of funny, but why did that happen? Let's take a look inside here. The Doom Lords look like they... 93, look at that. Defensive tackle actually got in there and won. I'm not used to seeing that in this game. The defensive lineman beat an offensive lineman. The Mammoths went from being one of my best created teams that I made to like going into this franchise mode and just gutting themselves. I don't know why that happens. When you import a team in franchise mode, you actually can see from week 1 with the job cats, you have to cut the roster down from 80 to 53 through the preseason. It's just real life, you know, like it's very realistic to how the NFL works. You have to get your practice squad, and as you play the games, you have to systematically cut your roster down to the game day 53. So it's realistic in that sense, but like the decision making by these AI teams to do so seems to have got rid of a ton of the players that I made for them. So these guys lost their quarterback. It looks like a bunch of their offensive linemen or something. Defensively, they're still pretty stout. Oh, what a pass breakup. But it's just the decision making is confusing. I wonder if there was issues with like the salary cap or something that caused them to have to make some of those choices. That's something beyond me. I don't know how the AI logic works for the franchise. So the Mammoth come out and get on the board first. That's good. They need to start racking some wins up here. One thing I'd like to do if I run a second season of this is to differentiate the teams jersey-wise a little bit more. I spent so much time editing these rosters that it was like tough to then also want to convince myself to give them a bunch of unique identifiers besides the colors. The team I put the most effort into is probably the Gold Tigers, and you can see that they have like these really cool gold stripes on their legs and their shoulder pads, which I'm actually really proud of that team. But the Doom Lords, the Mammoths, I mean, I gave them logos and different colors. I didn't really... This screen shit is just unreal. I mean, these teams, they look different enough, but the Killers I need to redo. They're a total mess from the name to the color scheme that they look too similar to the Gold Tigers. That Mammoth defense is tightening up. It's weird their number 1 receiver is in the punt block, or a punt safe formation. Very interesting choice there by the Doom Lords. So you're going to have a big return here if this guy doesn't just run into the kick return unit. Basic bitch dive up the middle, and they're just killing them. Again, after playing some other football games and then coming back to this one, it's just so obvious. Like, the defensive line is so weak compared to all the other position groups on the field. I feel like unless you have a defensive lineman that's like 20 overall points different than the offensive line, he's just gonna struggle and blend in and get pushed around and locked into blocks. The biggest one is my Dark Tigers defensive end. He's in 96, and I literally made the man to be unblockable, and he barely pops out. Like, he just... You'd never know it if I didn't tell you he was a 96 overall. I can't believe that wasn't dead to rights stop in the backfield either. And the AI is in love with this 3 safety set. The problem with it is if you run against it, it's an immediate like 7 to 10 yard gain. But they can't stop from being in it. Here's your 3-4 defense. Another screen. And there's might be a touchdown. No. there's still so much screen. There's not enough variety of screen to run it as much as you can run it in this game and get away with it. Just walk that in the end zone. I really wanted to make a video covering that varsity football video game that it's not coming out soon, but I just actually kind of been following it on and off the past couple of years. Like any football game, if I hear about one, I will definitely pay attention to it. I just wanted to look at some of the animations and some of the fluidity with the player movement. Of course, Ryan Moody just posted a video about it the other day, and like, now I don't want to do it just because it looks like I'm just dick riding him. Another game I'd like to get back to at some point is ESG, but I sort of like, I don't know. I mean, it's an okay game. It just doesn't, it's just a weird kind of online only component that I just kind of get stale of very quickly. Like, if you get into games where it's just consistently with bad, teammates, it's tough to want to keep playing that game. Like, the last time I played it, I was in the lobby with, like, there were 4 guys that were just way better than the team I was able to play on, so they kept winning, so they kept playing back to back, and like, when you get in there with randoms, they have no clue what they're doing. It also is sort of a deterrent because the game has no, like, customization at all. You have to buy full skins to, like, make your character not look like a total goofball, which is just kind of stupid. Even, like, at a basic layer, they should give you something to just give me the dumb default skin, but at least let me put, like, an armband or choose different gloves or maybe, like, just something to, like, differentiate my character. Man, the defense with these created rosters is so much better, especially when it comes to like swatting passes and stuff. The game is night and day just because the defense can actually play defense. They're not at the mercy of all of these 90 rated quarterbacks and all these like 80 and 90 rated receivers that are literally like alt block kick. That swings the game even more. Doomlords are getting their fucking asses whooped.
Here we go. Go.
90 yards gained on the run.
90?
With the tackle.
Maybe it said 9 yards gained. I can't tell. The announcer sort of comes in blurry sometimes.
Second down.
He got a first down, but it said loss of yards on the run. I don't understand.
First down.
So still, it's been dead silence from the developers in the Discord. We're basically just, everybody's so desperate for an update or just to get some sort of footing on where this game is headed and what they're going to be working on in the short term. Again, it's just radio silence. We're getting absolutely nothing out of these people. It's really just tough to want to stay playing this game at this point, which technically I'm not even playing it right now. I'm just watching CPUs play, because if I play user franchise, like if I control the game, it just seems like it crashes it by week 3 or 4.
Here we go. Set.
Sort of glad that's why college football kind of got added to my library, just so I had something to actually play that sort of functioned at a basic level. I just still have so many gameplay gripes with that game. It's tough to, I don't know. It's just, the EA formula right now is just not one I'm a fan of. That block punt turns into 3 points. We're going to have a 13-0 game here at halftime. This is what I thought the Mammoths would look like every week. And they're like a bottom feeder team. It's very weird. Just playing in, I mean, this sounds silly, but like I prefer the ESG or this game engine or some of the older Madden games, honestly, to the Frostbite engine that EA uses for Madden and college football. It's just so weird and janky, and it doesn't look human. And with all the resources and money that they have, it's tough to like continue to support them, which is why I'm 100% not buying another EA game anytime soon.
Second down. Pass deflected.
It's just crazy that the Doom Lords have this elite receiver and they just refuse to even target him. Like, the AI logic for how they sort through what they want to do offensively is so tough to stomach. 3rd and 12, here you're going to have an I formation. Just why? I mean, I don't know. I know the Doom Lord's quarterback's not the best, but like, that play right there was just so idiotic. Are they going to block another kick here? That's the question. Almost. Good grief. So if the Mammoths can get a good return here, we might be in field goal range with 3 timeouts. You got to get one good chunk play. That was not it. And they're not even taking a timeout, which, again, what the fuck are we doing here? I guess they're going to run the other way now. Come on, AI, what are you doing? Get down, take a timeout. What are we, like, what is the AI doing? Take a timeout, right? You have to kick a field goal here. Or the AI does this too, where it doesn't kick field goals. It, like, this is an easy 3 points. So instead it runs a pitch play at the... It's so stupid. Like, you have 2 seconds left from your own 25-yard line, and your option there is to run a fucking pitch play. With 2 seconds left, by the way. So instead of it being 16-0, we're looking at a 13-0 game. I mean, they're up anyway, but at the same time, like, those 3 points go a long way. Man, this...
Let's go, get this one.
Since I've been watching these franchise games, it really makes me like understand how limited you are on offense. There's essentially 2 types of run plays: a straight ISO dive or a pulling guard dive. I mean, you have a couple pitch plays, but I mean, like, there's no stretch plays. There's no what the fuck just happened? There's no like real option read in this game. There's no like jet sweeps. There's no QB power or anything like that. So, oh my god, it did that volleyball thing where it hits your receiver's hand and goes right to the defense. 3 safety set. Again, why they're obsessed with this, from a 2 tight end formation. The Doom Lord's quarterback struggles, and that's not like he's struggling because I didn't give him weapons. He's just struggling because the game logic has trouble understanding that it needs to start force feeding this elite receiver. I think he tried to... never mind, that wasn't even the same guy. Don't know how to explain that pass. It was just off target and ugly. I could deal with a miscommunication like that every now and then from the AI. It makes them seem human. He stepped fucking out of bounds. What an idiot. Now they're gonna punt again, right?
4th down.
They're going for it at midfield. Just straight dive, and he doesn't get it. absolutely unreal stand there by the Mammoths.
99. That's 2 tackles for him today.
Get ready.
Stood up. So if you're the Doom Lords here, you almost have to get the ball back immediately. You need to start actually getting some chunk plays, which,
Second down.
you know, it's not like they have an elite receiver to do so. He's only like a 92 overall. I thought that was an interception.
Made by number 42. That's 1 catch for him today. Number 48 with the tackle.
Yeah, I thought that was like a fucking pick six right there, and it just slipped through that dude's hands.
Flag 6-3.
I don't know. I'm just trying to stay patient, but like we were patient for the past year with this game, and like the reward was a broken franchise mode and then dead silence. Like it just seems just super duper strange. Honestly, like I'd understand if like this was a yearly release or something and like they cut off communication to start working on the game like maximum 27 this summer or something like that. And there's
With the sack on the play.
what just happened?
First down.
What the fuck just happened? That was interesting. So the Mammoths kept possession there, okay.
Yards gained on the run.
But like I was saying, it's just tough to understand why you would go radio silent like this for so long. Like, we're begging for just any basic piece of information. They can't even give it to us, so. So it was a little bit of a broken drive there. The Mammoths are now dominating, even though this should have been a pick as well, almost. There was like an interception by the Doom Lords that resulted in a first down for the Mammoths. I don't even really know how to comment on that, but this is probably the biggest blowout game I've seen so far in this. And the Doom Lords, I think, came into this game either 4-1 or 3-2. I guess I'm just salty because like I actually spent money on this game, and the second I did, it just became a broken mess with no explanations, no guidance from the devs.
Block him. Block him.
Number 92 with the sack on the play. Number 98 with the pass deflection on the play. Number 92 with the tackle. Second down.
I don't know. I keep hearing the rumor too that they're not going to give us anything until after the Christmas, whatever this Christmas
Is made by number 1. That's 1 catch for him today.
theme
Tackle made by
season pass thing is done, which is another like 50 some days, which is like a month and a half, if not more. That is going to be just painful if that's true. I hope it isn't.
fourth down.
But until then, I'm going to keep trying to do something with this game. I mean, I've basically lost all interest in MPL. It's just too broke.
Let's go. Get this
I
one.
fought through it to play like, I think I have about 100 games played. I'm like 82 and 18 or something like that. And it's just,
15.
I understand playing a game that has issues, but then there's playing a game that's just simply broken. The online community sounds like it's basically just disbanded this game, which, why would you want to keep playing it when there's no,
First down.
you know, end goal in sight from the developers? But even the offline experience is just absolutely broken as well, so.
Number 87 with the catch on the play. Stopped short by number
What I'm giving you guys is the bottom of the barrel of entertainment from this title at this point. Well, we're going into the fourth here, and the Mammoths have just erupted. Maybe they're hitting their stride this season, and now it's time for the takeover. The game's over. God MC, me Jehovah.
First down.
Get ready.
God, throw something downfield, please. Thank you, game. Holy shit. Thank you. Mammoths are just laying it on. I don't know, the more I play college football, the more I'm starting to like I said, I'm not liking the game, but the more I'm adjusting to its crap factor. It's just making me kind of see just some of the inadequacies yet of where this game is, even from a pre-snap situation. But there's just, I don't know, there's so many things that they can expand upon and make this game better, but like not having any clue what they're actually even doing right now, or if the game's even going to continue to be supported. It's kind of scary. Like I said, I just bought stuff in the game for it to be a broken mess, and the features that I paid for don't work. That's, I think, kind of frustrating for me. I played this game for about 9 months before actually doing anything like that. So I feel like I got my money's worth out of it. I'm about 90 so hours deep of gameplay. To be fair, I think this is probably the most I've played a football video game probably since, I don't know, maybe like the PS3 era, because that was when I was still playing Madden 08, 09, 010. I bought 13 and traded it in right away, and I bought 15 and snapped it in half with hedge clippers. I also played a lot of Backbreaker during that period of time too, which I got a lot of mileage out of that game. It's just a shame it also sort of got to a point where there was not really like anything gonna happen with that game. You could just tell like what we had is what we had, even though it needed work. They released a patch like a couple months in called like the Great House patch, which improved quite a bit of the game. It's just, it wasn't the solution. That the game needed a few more development cycles to fully flesh out some things. This game scares me just because I feel like if Maximum gets disbanded, it's not like I could just put the disc in and play this game. Look at this run by 33. What a monster. The AI couldn't dive to make the tackle, or else it would have made the tackle. But like this PS5 bullshit generation of gaming, where everything is digital, so the second they turn something off, we just lose our access to all the stuff that we paid for. It's just terrible, like where we're at in like the video game industry right now. I would say at least half of my PlayStation 5 collection is remakes or remasters, because there's really nothing coming out besides like the generic yearly titles, the Call of Duties, the Battlefield type games. I'm trying to get back into sports video gaming. Ever since I got into Maximum 2020, I sort of really followed the series quite a bit. Now, a couple people have told me about Axis Football, and again, because I don't play the game personally, but it's one I follow heavily as far as like understanding what it is and the features and what its strengths and weaknesses are. It's just Axis, visually watching the game, is still several steps below the Maximum product in my opinion. It probably works better. Like, you could probably actually play a fucking franchise and it not break, but the gameplay itself looks several years behind where Maximum currently is. It does interest me though, just because there is a play editor. That looks pretty sweet. That looks like the game has RPO stuff that works a lot better than what we're getting in Maximum. It's got a pretty deep franchise mode, which again interests me. But again, just like this game, there's no gang tackling, there's no like double team blocking in that game. The animation with the skill positions is very limited. It looks like one of the Madden games on like PS3 where like they took away the stick skills and it was just you just press up and run and the game will break tackles and things for you. I hope I'm wrong with that. Like I said, I don't have any hands-on experience with Axis, but if Axis 27 has any sort of implementation of like any kind of physics or gang tackling or anything like that, I definitely will be probably buying that game. I've also looked at Mutant League Football 2 as a huge Mutant League football fan from the Sega Genesis, and knowing the original creator was involved, I wanted to play that game and get into it, but like it just looks like it lost its soul, if that makes sense. I wish it was still sprite based, or even like if you're going to be an arcade football game, do it the way that like NFL Street did it, where there's still real football strategy. There's still like, you know, a little bit of physicsy kind of blended animations. There's like gang tackling in that game. The ball physics are really good. And then you have your over-the-top stuff too that sort of makes it arcade feeling, which Mutant League Football just looks like it's just sprint out of the pocket, throw the ball around, players die and stuff, which sounds cool. The game looks like it would be interesting to play or toy around with, but it's just, I think it's too in the arcade side for me to kind of really get into. I don't know. I followed Axis for a while. It's just, what a play. It just doesn't look like the type of game that I would really like just from like any kind of gameplay perspective. So here's your number one receiver. He finally gets a target here. It's like a good catchable ball, but look at that defensive break up there. Just, man, just sometimes with this game, I know that's not the prettiest animations to break this pass up, but like the fact the defender like gets a hand up in there and knocks that away. This game is so close. It just needs just some more just fucking TLC from the devs to help this game succeed.
Number 88 with the catch on the play.
Like even the ref animation's good. It symbolizes, like, shows you it's a catch. I mean, the refs in this game don't even. I think they do really well with the refs. The refs could just stand there and be a 2D sprite that looks like it's animated up and down the field. Here, I think they actually like watch the play. They run with you. Like, I don't know. It's just frustrating, I guess. Video gaming right now, I feel like, is in a really bad state, and especially football video gaming. I actually think I'm going to do a video basically kind of covering, you know, where we're at from like a, not just a football game perspective, but like the rest of video gaming. One thing that drives me crazy about it is like, I think devs are just afraid to try to like throw their hand into the ring with this type of sport because it's probably really difficult to make and they don't have the resources to do it, to make a all-pro football 2K8 that just doesn't make money. But I think right now this community is so starved that if any other product existed, people would buy it up just to not play Madden. But it also has to be kind of like a bigger budget type of game. It can't just be one of these shitty indie games that has like half the effort and not enough budget and basically like will be a throwaway title that the community tries to embrace, but the developers fight them on it every step of the way. Oh, he's out of bounds. But like, it just sucks because like if you're a racing fan, you know, you have Gran Turismo 7, you have like Assetto Corsa, Project Cars, Forza Motorsport, two of those. Like, there's so many different types of games you can get into for any type of style of racing that you want to get into. Fighting games, you know, like Street Fighter 6 is my personal favorite right now. Tekken 8, Mortal Kombat. Um, you know, there's some smaller indie devs that make these fighting games too. Adventure games, you know, like there's more than one in each market. I think sports games is really the only ones that have kind of dwindled down to it, like one developer per sport. I really wish Sony would take their MLB The Show devs and expand that studio so that they could try making a sports, like a football title. I don't know if they'd be able to since EA now has the exclusive rights again. But like, even if Sony did something that could just show, like, hey, we're capable of this. Like, look at our MLB The Show, attention to detail, and give that to a football game. I think it would do really well. Like, I'd fucking play it just to support it. I might play another game here. Are you gonna stick around if I do? Do I want to do the Berserks game, Tigers, or do I want to do Jobcats Blizzard? Let's do the Berserk Star Tigers. See some of the league's best here. So even after the import, the Dark Tigers really just took a huge hit on offense. Looks like the Berserk's offense is actually like really stout. My goodness. I don't know, man. What else are you like? What are you playing that's not Maximum? Like, is there any sports games other than this that like you're into at this point? Because other than like Maximum, if I'm not playing this, I've been playing a lot of college football, which again, it's just because my friends play it. I play a little bit of Helldivers too when I get some time. I'd really like to jump back into some Street Fighter 6 as well, since I had to get PlayStation Plus back for stupid college football. So this is going to be a pretty interesting clash of styles here. Dark Tigers, ratings-wise, has basically the #1 defense that I could have made in this game. Their right end there, left tackle is blocking, is going to be Myles Garrett. And again, just stifled. So that was an interesting play. Let's talk about that real quick. So a couple months ago, maybe beginning of the year, they talked about how the AI uses this vision cone, so the DBs have to kind of know when the ball is coming to be able to make plays on the ball. As you can see, this guy's locked on in man coverage and just psychic swats this play. Not quite sure how or why. Here's our elite end against a left tackle. Kick steps and engages and gets stood up. This man just stifled. And the Dark Tigers have really good DBs. You can see here they have Gundam and Wing. Gundam is able to get hands on at the line of scrimmage and basically shut that whole route down. Same with the corner on the other side of the field. Oh, what did I just do? Okay. I'm really interested, and this is a ways out yet, but I think I'm gonna buy this Steam machine and get a modded version of Madden. I think Madden 12 on PS2 is one that they support still. Like they make mods for. So and I'd also like to try some 2K5 because I know that there's like updated rosters and stuff like that. I just want to take a peek at that play again. These are two teams I'm really interested in seeing how some of this plays out. So, which corner is this? This is wing. He's the complement to Gundam over there. Look at this. Like their outside leverage is good. They're playing the zone well. He's basically taking two receivers away. I think this was a blitz or something in here. Maybe not. 32, 55. I mean, these guys got really good drops here. It took a while for this to develop, which is why the pass ends up getting complete there. But, you know, you're a defense with a 96 overall defensive end. He is just back-to-back pass plays. Look at this. Oh, he ended up getting double teamed with the running back. It's actually pretty interesting that they were smart enough to do that. Okay, this is interesting because I don't know if I've ever seen this type of animation. And forgive me because I have to. How do I zoom in? This is funny because this asset floats beside his body. The two gloves I equipped him. I don't know why that does that, but look at 68 here. He is getting physically overpowered. Like, look how hunched he is, trying to like brace himself for that before the running back finally comes up and helps him to get that under control a bit. I hate this game, but like sometimes with these ratings adjusted, it does really good football, good defense there. I just think with the ratings adjustment teams, I've gotten so many better gameplay elements out of it. The DBs, I'm gonna make hopefully an end season video showing off like some of the good pass defensive plays. The DBs have had a ton of plays where they're knocking passes down, making athletic movements to like defend passes. Stuff I haven't been able to replicate since some of the updates because of the ratings and stuff. And there's your pick six. What a play. The brand. These are two teams I think that should be looked at as Super Bowl contenders for this league. What an interception there. Just jumped the route or something out there. My goodness. So fun fact about the Tigers teams. When I was a little kid, I used to play, like I had all these Action Man figures that I would use to basically make teams with to play each other. And I had two teams. One was there were two Tigers teams because that's what my youth football team was. And I split them into two and basically created this rivalry. And I remember specifically the one team was like black and the other team was all white. So they were basically just like the yin and yang of offense and defense. One was a juggernaut on offense, the other one was a juggernaut on defense. I had so many epic battles with them that like when I was creating these teams, no way. Number 27 just about had back-to-back pick six. It was just insane. But I was making these teams like, you know, I might as well just recreate them. Like that would be just cool to give me a default rivalry game. I could create the two opposite ends of the spectrum here. Look at the run here by the quarterback. But the discipline by the defense. That is one thing I have. The Dark Tigers defense is really disciplined across the board. If you don't know why I'm saying that, it's because it's literally a rating you can give the players. This defense is fucking clamping down now. But he's burnt. I mean, look at that. It's that outside release thing that the AI just can't cover. So who is this quarterback? Sam Utter. Who do we have? Doesn't show you any injuries. Okay, so the Dark Tigers' 71 overall quarterback is trying to lead them to a playoff seeding. And specifically, they're just going to probably just ground and pound this ball.
Number 26 with the tackle. Second down.
Ready, set.
1 yard loss on the way.
Berserk's defense is actually pretty solid too. I mean, most of these guys are in the mid to upper 80s. Some of them are in that lower 70s, but
Number 20 with the pass deflection.
Tigers aren't built to be an offensive juggernaut. They have a couple guys that kind of can be standouts at times, but most of the time, I wanted to make this team like those old Ravens teams where they're like just a defensive juggernaut, but the offense is sort of like also like pretty weak. Wow.
Field goal is good for 3 points.
The reason I do like the franchise mode in this game too is like it gives each team their own like unique pro stadium, which I didn't think it would do that. I thought it'd be something similar to the Dynasty where like you have like 3 stadiums you can pick from essentially, and that's basically it. Uh-oh, that was some RPO. And since the AI can't get rid of the ball either, it did take a sack. And that's something. I think we finally get a sighting here of our defensive end. Yeah, he gets straight. Oh, look at this play. Okay, so this is a 96 overall defensive end. He just blows by that guy, has a one-on-one with the running back, and then makes the sack.
52, get ready.
Just stood the fuck up. It's weird because the records are reflecting some different play, but like the Dark Tigers, the Mammoths are starting to play like I created them to play. The Berserk started the season hot, but this quarterback can barely function.
4th down.
Should have pretty good field position here.
Time has been called due to an injury on the field.
Off my knee.
Tackle made by number 88 on the defense. End of the first quarter. The score is home team 10, away team 0. Loss of yards on the run. Stopped short by number 39. Second down.
The Dark Tigers do have a pretty solid tight end. I basically figured that would be able to help a lower tier quarterback out, but they really don't feed him the ball at all.
Stopped short by number 22. That's 2 tackles for him today. 3rd down.
5 wide. Oh, it's a screen. Oh, what a play!
Interception by number 22.
The Berserks finally get a stop. What an answer. Diving interception. Now you gotta put it together. You gotta strike. Big run. Man, that Berserk's running back is pretty solid. It's weird because it was another guy. I don't know if they traded him or like cut him or something to narrow the roster down. I'm not quite sure where he went. His name was Tower.
Ready? Go. Cover. Cover.
Boy, there he goes. Take off. I do too, man. The physics in 20 was, look, as a video game, that thing was barely acceptable to be released. I mean, I've tried playing it for a while, and it was, there were just video game issues like, oh my gosh, like the buttons wouldn't work, or like there were just other technical problems with the game. But the physics engine they did build there was pretty impressive for what it was, especially with the size of that team. So it just sucks that they almost like disbanded that engine completely to build, you know, to do this game in the Unreal 5, which I was hoping that they still had access to some of that stuff. Like, you should have some level of physics, even if it only triggers during like some of the tackle animations or something. Like, I don't know what the solution is, but I don't know how long, like if you remember any of those old like Xbox games when they started ragdoll physics, and playing some of those games, like you would get blown up and your character would just go into like a ragdoll state. I don't want the game to be like that, but I wish there was some state that they could like trigger, whether it be tackled or like during some sort of catch animation. If you collide, it would trigger some sort of like ragdoll physics state. That's what you get for having 3 safeties on the field, you stupid fucking defensive AI in this game. I'm not going to witness 2 back-to-back blowouts, am I? I'm actually shocked that they don't have a hurdle button yet. You'd think that would be like a basic introductory thing to have in the gameplay. The hurdle, what was it? There is a hurdle rating that you can access. So it's like, it's there. They just don't program the actual button press in yet. Are you talking about that varsity football game? I think it's called. Well, if that game ever actually manifests in the way that it, like they're showing off, it's going to be an absolute game changer just from like a physics and animation, like a movement standpoint. The game looks absolutely phenomenal. It's just, I don't know how much I trust that, just because like it's different when you have 5 players on the field with no defense and no offensive line and stuff interacting, and no stadium full of people, and it's easy probably to like use all that raw power to animate those 4 or 5 players. It's just I hope it's what I think it's going to be, but I guess we'll have to see about that. I'm rooting for them, but with no actual, like, if I haven't played it with hands-on, it's tough for me to listen to other people talk about football games, because, like, my thinking is, like, I've heard people, we live in an era where, like, people are telling me Madden currently is, like, the most realistic football game of all time, and it's really good, and I need to at least give it a try. And then I'll like watch people play this game, and I'll watch people, like, I played college football myself, and I can tell you it is a horrible step down from the PlayStation 2 era still. Just like it just has newer functionality. So I don't know, but hey, I'm rooting for those guys. Like I said, I'm rooting for ESG. I'm rooting for Maximum. I just want something else to work.
Recovered by number 42 on the offensive team. First down. 4 yards.
They might get into field goal range here if they actually clock manage, which they're not doing.
Second down.
3 timeouts and you took none. Timeout, 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 timeout. There it is. Can you get a field goal? At least line it up and try one.
44 with the tackle. Timeout. Third down.
They're not going to kick a field goal. It's probably going to be a dive play. Just stupid. I hate how easy it is to call the AI on this shit at this point. And they fumble it for it.
Touchdown.
Just, what the fuck?
Time has been called due to an injury on the field. Fumble. Recovered by number
This,
35.
the 2-minute offense in this game is absolutely atrocious. And what's funny is, like, the 2-minute offense in college football, the AI is fucking unstoppable. Every single time I score and I have like a minute 38 on the clock or something, I'm just like, well, I have no chance. I'm going to kick the ball off. The AI is going to get it. And they are going to run no huddle. And they're going to... They're just literally like... It's broken to the... I would actually consider it to be broken, honestly. Where in this game, they don't call timeouts. They're calling timeouts. And then they're running fullback dive. Then they'll call a timeout. They'll line up with a I formation and then run pitch play or something when you should be in like a passing set to try to push the ball downfield. I don't know how their logic works too. Like, there's a lot of these plays defensively where like the AI will come out with a 2 tight end set and the defensive AI will line up at a 3 safety set. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? I play on Gridiron with the, I forget the Love Prince sliders. I think mine are really close to what his are. What's his name? Funkified in Discord has a video covering those. I'm sure you've seen them before. It's the ones in Discord. Oh, in college football, it's just the default sliders. I didn't set up the dynasty. I actually never really messed with the sliders in that game, so I really just trust that the default setting is going to give me the experience I'm supposed to get. I actually really cared about max football, so like I wanted to test and kind of tailor the game to make it as real as possible. Is that a fumble?
Incomplete pass. Third down.
All right, let's go get one.
Third down. What a snag!
Catch made by number 48. Number 91 with the tackle.
I finally saw the one-handed catch animation. Finally. I knew it was in there.
First down.
Here we go.
Uh-oh. Tell me that's not the quarterback. It is. Oh, no. Holy shit. The backup's like a 50 overall. This is going to get bad. Actually, let's just...
Second down.
Oh, no. It's a skill guy. They don't even have a backup quarterback. It's a receiver. Oh my god, it's a 57, it's a receiver that when he's at set it quarterback. Wait, is it? What am I looking at here? Do they not have a quarterback on the roster? Look, James Peterson is a receiver. What is going on here? I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but they're so depleted they have a receiver at quarterback.
11 yards gained on the
see, here's a situation where if you're the AI defense and there's a quarterback like this it should be like the gloves are off and we're going to just play the run 100% and call nothing but run defenses. What? That was just disgustingly awful. The fuck is that throw? There's your screen. No way. God, that screenplay is so busted. Unfucking believable.
That will be a new set of downs. The conversion is good. Number 20 with the tackle.
Good call by the offensive coordinator. It's not like this guy's going to be able to run, run an offense like you were running earlier. There's a touchdown. Or is it? That isn't a touchdown, right? Yeah, second down.
Second down.
He didn't get his feet in. Good call by the AI here, the ref. Which he sort of is turning to the play, so this is per rules again. Looks like he didn't even have a single foot in. I mean, what a throw by the quarterback. Here's where they need an animation, like a 2-foot catch animation. The game simply doesn't have that, which it's weird that you would release per rules without 2 feet drag animations in the game. But again, what do I know?
With a 0-yard loss on the run. Number 39 with the tackle.
I would love to be like a consultant for one of these games and just give basic football input. No way. The receiver throws a touchdown. And just kind of just go through and just be like, listen, here's the type of offenses that you need. You need to give us these type of defenses. I would throw most of these defensive calls in the garbage because a ton of them are just stupid. They don't make sense. They're just like, I mean, I feel like a lot of the stuff in this game, some of it's good football, and then there's so much of it that's just like, they don't know football, so they're just sort of making it up as they go, and it doesn't make sense necessarily.
Number 22 on the defense.
Let's see if the actual quarterback can throw the ball downfield. I don't know, 33 is one of the better franchise backs here. He's having a really good season. It's a shame that the game doesn't stat fucking track in the franchise mode, or else he would probably be one of the leading rushers. Why would we want stat tracking in our franchise game? Basic calculations that any random guy could make a spreadsheet or like a database table to track stuff and make a GUI interface for it in the franchise menu, almost like their dynasty mode has. Look at 33, look at this fucking guy, man. He gets busy in between the tackles. This is a good defense too that he's running on. I might need to make a number 33 mixtape. What even was that play? You have to convert here, guys. Like, what the fuck is going on? I'm pretty sure he just did the same thing back to back. Man, this Dark Tigers defense has these guys absolutely smothered. Is that guy just floating in the air? Like every offensive playbook should have a couple of basic route concepts, a mesh and a block the kick. This is just getting just pathetically bad now. They should have like just a couple of mesh concept man beaters, a couple of just like basic zone combo beaters, which this game simply just doesn't really have a lot of that stuff. Some screens that aren't that basic receiver screen. No way. The quarterback is a receiver, dicing it up. He's going through progressions in the pocket. Look at this guy navigating. He's throwing more better passes than the quarterbacks in this game. Maybe that's what I need to do next season for franchise. Just get rid of the quarterback position completely and just put running or receivers at quarterback. They're at least throwing the ball downfield. I don't want to say this is going to be a great win for the Tigers yet because there's still a little bit of time left in this fucking game. I guess anything can really happen, so... Alright, you just lean on 33. What's his name? Gen?
First down.
I'm actually kind of curious because I think I made this Tigers. I actually think I made this guy, Eric Gen. I'm pretty sure I made him. He was the running back for the Dark Tigers. Yeah, because I gave him 90, like really crazy good speed. What the fuck is going on? Why is he on the Berserks? I wonder if he got cut and the Berserks picked him up. So who do the Tigers have? Just the garbage running back. That's so crazy. There you go. Ah. The quarterback finally sent one downfield and the receiver fucking dropped it. Man, what a weird rivalry this has turned into. Players leaving teams, going to other teams.
That's one catch for him today. Stopped short by number 9. Third down.
But like I said earlier, like when you create a team in this game, they're college built for like Dynasty. So when you import them into the franchise mode, you do import all 80 players, but you have to cut down the roster to get them to 53 through the preseason. So what is happening here, I think, is the AI is dealing with not only cutting down that roster, but they're doing it because of the salaries and stuff probably for the players. To get under the salary cap, they probably have to cut some of their really good players off the rosters. And that must be what's going on. I don't know why else some of these teams have got rid of my players I've made for them. Especially some of the shit teams. Like the Tigers don't have anybody on offense, and they cut their running back. There was some other team. Oh, the Berserks. They don't have Shane Falco that I made them. He was like a 90 overall quarterback. I don't know what the fuck happened to him. But yeah, the franchise, the figures for the rosters also doesn't seem to be working correctly. Because if you have to cut all of your best players just to be able to play the game, that to me seems not all the way realistic, especially in your first season. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't even understand how that's possible, because when you play with the default franchise teams, my players on those teams were way better than what's on these teams, and I was able to keep all of my guys. Like, that's how they were defaulted in the franchise. So why are they cutting an 88 overall running back when you don't have that many other players highly rated on the offense that would be demanding high salary cap figures? I don't know. Maybe I'm the alien here or something, but
13 yards gained on the run by number 48. Number 48 tackled by
based
number
off of this
46.
franchise, I'm only going to be able to do it one franchise season at a time. And then I'm going to have to delete it and start over if I want to keep playing with these teams, because the draft is just going to break these teams completely. If you do a draft, you're going to basically bring in about a dozen new 90 overall players and all these high 80s. It's just going to ruin what I've built. So I'm not even going to do a second franchise season. I think I might create a couple new teams here. Maybe try to get the league up to 10 teams for next season, and then start a new one and just reset the whole thing up.
280.
That's if they actually, don't fix the game, and I have to keep playing with the CPU versus CPU, and I could actually, play myself. But, I'm just, hoping I get what I paid for at some point. That'd be fucking nice. What a kick. Wow, fucking Christmas ball actually moves. Well, I'm gonna get this game over with here and then recheck the standings and stuff, because this game shakes it up a bit. I think the Dark Tigers now will be 3-3. Same with the Brand, and then I have to check to see how the other teams played out here.
Here we go. Cover.
Catch was made by number
It's a pretty solid power run there by 42.
Number 42 tackled by number 2nd down.
Here we go. Cover.
5 yards gained on the run. Number 33 tackled by number 44.
I like how the sun actually glistens off those. I think it's pearlescent helmets or whatever that paint job is for the Berserks I have set. Man, their DBs are fucking shutting down the Berserks. Oh my word.
2nd down.
Ready. Check the linebacker.
Number
It is interesting to see what a good defense playing against like a normal offense looks like in this game. They did a drop with 90.
3rd down.
Yeah, that is another thing I'd like to see them maybe add to, just like some better, just generic weather. Taking the old shot, and he took a hit, but he holds on.
Number 88. Number 30 with the tackle. First down.
I wonder when they're going to actually update the game to maximum 26.
Catch made by number 13. Number 41 with the tackle. Timeout called by the offense. First down.
It's a shame the Berserks didn't play like this the other 3 quarters of the game. And that's just awful. Oh my word. Another pick 6 for the Tiger defense.
Touchdown.
And you can see the matte black helmets there up close. Man, those are fucking gorgeous. It would be cool, and I mean, I'm just saying this kind of shotgunning, if Maximum Football gave us their own
The extra
unique
point is good.
gameplay, um, I don't know, feature, I guess, like something like, some sort of like, maybe their take on like precision passing or spot passing, maybe some sort of like injury system that's a little bit better.
Tackle
The wear
made
and
by
tear
number
kind of pisses me
22
off
on the
sometimes
defense.
in college football. Maybe something totally unique to the game.
Here we go.
I don't know. I'm just kind of shotgunning things out there, but
Cover him. Cover him.
Incomplete pass.
I wish there was something that could kind of replicate what
Second
Madden
down.
'06 started with the QB vision cone. I know a lot of people hated that, but I actually loved that feature. It was so rewarding to actually, wow,
Number 14.
hit throws with the QB vision. It like
Tackle made by
added so
number
much
24
to the
on the
gameplay, in
defense.
my opinion. Um, I loved that you could like look
First down.
safeties off and just do all these different things from like different gameplay perspectives. So we have actual, what is this? Wing covering number 14 here. He gets out routed or something. Man, how did he miss that pass? Just dove too soon or something. I don't know.
Here we go.
I just think that this game desperately needs like
Push
a,
him. Push him.
some sort of passing system upgrade.
Number
I would love to be
18
able to like
with the
lead
catch on the play.
throws or like if I want to throw to the back corner of the
First
end
down.
zone, I could just target that somehow, especially on like these corner routes. Or if I want to lead a player away from contact, I could do that.
Cover him.
I think it
Cover
would
him.
kind of help separate some of the passing
Stop short by number 44.
from all these
That's
super
3
crazy
tackles
rated
for him
players.
today.
Like it would kind of give us
Second down.
Get in position.
some separation, some increased separation between some of the overalls that they're
Watch him.
kind of trying to portray in this game.
Cover him. Cover him.
Good little stick out route
Touchdown
there.
by number 86. Stop short by number 8. Third down.
Ready?
So he lined up with the ball in his arm and then it teleported to the center. Oh,
Incomplete pass. Fourth down.
Ready?
Incomplete
wow,
pass.
good defense. Let's take a look at our matchup here. We have number 92 on 68. And 68 to me has won this battle today. I mean, he's completely neutralized this dude. This is it's just wild to me. Look at this too. You have three rushers and this dude's the only one getting ISO blocked and he's the most deadliest one. But I guess they made the right choice since he can't get off a fucking block to save his life still. He basically has all 99, 98s in his defensive ratings for like block shedding, swim moves. They'll never overhaul the rosters. That's how they tested it. Remember?
Second down.
Grow up.
280. 280.
Boy, the Tigers just absolutely fucking stomped these guys' guts in this game. I've watched a couple of Tigers games now, and this was easily the best one that they've played. Yeah, I do think the roster overhaul thing is an absolute necessity. Um, it's just, you can't have teams where you have like two or three dudes on the same position that are all like 95, 94. If there's no separation between elite and basic league rating, no one's going to stand out. The gameplay is going to be all warped and fucked up because of it, but what do we know? 2 pick sixes and a blocked field or a blocked punt. Man, they really took it to the berserks that game. There's one other game here. Jobcats Blizzards. We're gonna simulate this game, and the Blizzards are now 3-3 after starting slow. So what do we have? The whole league is basically almost 500. What the fuck is going on? Also, what is happening here? Okay, it like messed up or something. I don't know what's going on. So, who's in... Okay, so the River are the only 4-win team right now. This whole side, the Federal East, is all 3-3. What the fuck is going on in this game? Well, if this is how the playoffs is going to look, how are they going to determine all that? I mean, even the Jobcats, who are supposed to be just absolutely dog shit, are 500 right now, 6 games in. Who are the big game for week 7? I'm going to cut out here, guys, but we're going to do Gold Tigers, Dark Tigers 100%. That's going to be the game of the week there. And big rivalry game to see who takes that next step forward. See, Doomlords, Jobcats, let's simulate. And the Jobcats won. I can't even believe this. That running back must be absolutely... Look at that, 164 rush yards. 230 passing. Just look at all them sacks. 3 interceptions. This team sucks. How are they dominating like this? Alright, we'll do Berserks. Simulate. Berserks with the upset. Everyone's going to be 4-3. Mammoth Blizzard. And look at that. Mammoth back in that loss column. Blizzard are finally 500 for the first time this season. So, yeah, next time I'm going to do Gold Tigers, Dark Tigers. This rivalry that has been a thing since I was like a little kid playing with action figures. It's back, and the teams are both 3-3. What a game that's going to be. Alright, guys. That's all for me tonight. Thanks for tuning in. It's your boy User, and I am out.